Good afternoon, children. Welcome to the biology class 8C. Now, children, in the last class, are you able to hear my voice? 8C?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now, in the last class, we discussed about the methods of weeding. We discussed about weeding, disadvantages of weeds, what are weeds, how we can remove them from our crop, from our field. Now, today we are going to talk about a new topic, that is protection of crops. Now, this is another important topic, children. As you know that once the crop are grown, now we need to protect them so that our crops are protected and we get a proper produce from it, a proper yield from it. What is our purpose for growing the crop? So that is why they need to be protected from different animals, then from pests, from insects, from fungus, yes, and other factors. So that this factor becomes very important, or you can say this practice becomes very important, because till now whatever you have done, now you have to protect your crops, your plants. So that is why it is important. Now there are some methods which we can follow so that we can do this practice or carry out this practice. Yes. Now, can anyone tell me what are pathogens? Pathogens? Anyone? Pathogens? Germs?
Ma'am, pesticides.
No, beta. See, that day I told you, whenever CIDE word is added to any word, that means you're talking about killing. Fungicide, something that kill fungus. Weedicide, something that kill weed. Okay. So it's not that, but it's good that you tried. Anyone? Okay. Now listen carefully. See the micro. Are you aware of the term microorganisms?
Ma'am, can you please repeat?
Do you have an idea about microorganisms? What are microorganisms?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please tell.
Ma'am, they are living organisms which we
Will
cannot
depend
see with
some.
naked eyes.
Again?
Ma'am, they are living organisms which we cannot see with naked eyes.
Yes. And what do you need to see them?
A microscope.
Yes, you need a microscope. Correct. So, the organisms, the microorganisms that can cause disease. All of you, please make a note of it. See, all of you know microorganisms. Now, the microorganisms that can cause disease, or you can say the disease causing microorganisms, are called pathogens. Now, here I would like to just make one thing very clear, that all the microorganisms are not disease causing. They do not cause the disease. So, the ones that cause disease are called pathogens. So we need to protect our crops from the animals, as I just said, pests, pathogens, etc. Now you know the meaning of the word pathogen. So from them, the protection has to be done. Okay. Now, the first method is putting scarecrows, as you know. How many of you have seen scarecrows? Yes?
Yes, ma'am, I have seen.
Me.
Yes. I think everyone has seen. Yes, you have. Yes, the farmers simply what they do, they make a statue using the waste item. They make a statue of a man, so that these animals, they get afraid that somebody is standing and they do not enter the field. So that is one of the method to to avoid the animals and the birds. So yes, then raising wire fences and mud walls around the field. Now this is another method which is actually used. Yes, in some of the cases this is used, that wire mesh is laid down, fencing is done so that the animals cannot enter. Then the next is using, now this method is important. Now this is done by the farmer so as to have a proper growth of the plant. Like pesticide, insecticide, they killed the pest, as one of the girls said. Who was it? Uh, Aranya, yes. Now, pesticide is used to kill the pest. Similarly, insecticides are used to kill the insects, depending upon the type of insects. Yes. Then they are sprayed on the crop. Sometimes they are mixed with the water, they are sprayed, and even they are dropped on the soil. So this is how they are avoided. These organisms are avoided. Then, like, you please take a pencil and underline one of the important insecticide is DDT. Please underline that. Next, harmful effects of pesticide and weedicide. Now, as I have already told you that when we use something on the crop, we need to keep in mind that it has harmful effect also. So in what quantity we are using it, how we are using it, it matters a lot. Yes, maybe that it is helpful to the growth of the plant or it is protecting our plant. But on the other case, maybe it is harming our environment. Yes, so we have to see that. Now, since these are poisonous and non-biodegradable chemicals, that means they cannot be degraded. Yes. So we have to see and we have to observe, we have to monitor their use. So the first one is how do they cause harm to the environment? The first one is they often get, like I told you previously, it mixes with the water bodies. The water, it runs through here and there, and then it mixes with the water bodies, and this can cause harm to the animals also. It can enter through the fish, it can enter the food chain. I hope you know the meaning of food chain, children. When one animal is eaten by the other, this it makes a food chain, so it can enter the food chain, and these chemicals can cause harm to the other animals also. Similarly, when it is inhaled, if supposing the fumes are there and if they are inhaled, then also they cause adverse effect on us. Then they stick to the fruit and vegetable, thereby making them poisonous. So sometimes if this is the case, that they get stuck to the fruit items that we are getting from them, then also it can cause problem, and in excessive cases, in some of the cases, it can be seen that they cause death also, poisoning and death. Next, they can get washed down into the soil and water bodies, and they get absorbed by the plant, thereby entering, as I just told you, yes, thereby entering the food chain. Now you know that the plant produces the food, plants are eaten by other animals, these animals are eaten by other big animals, and maybe that these big animals are eaten by human beings. So they enter the food chain, and this is how they can cause poison to all the organism to which they enter. So this is why their use should be monitored carefully. Now the next practice is harvesting. Can anyone tell what is meant by harvesting?
Cutting of crops.
Yes, very good. Cutting. Now whatever you have done, whatever you have produced, successfully you have grown it, now it has to be cut so that it can be used in whatever use it is, for selling, for consuming, whatever use it is grown for. Now, so in this, basically the ripened crop is cut, and this process is called harvesting. So for harvesting also different methods are there. Yes, they can be they can be cut with the help of the hand by using sickle, etc. Nowadays you have machine through which the crops can be cut. And then when we talk about the threshing, that is the separation of the grain from the chaff of the plant, which is called threshing. Now, since the grain, अब grain आ गई है, now grain has to be separated from the chaff. So what is done for that? A process is there, or practice is there, which is called threshing. How it can be done? It can be done with the help of combined harvester, where automatically it is cut also and it gets separated also. Fine, children. Third, next you have winnowing. Now these, since they are interlinked, yes, that is why these are interlinked. Winnowing. Any idea about winnowing?
Ma'am, separation of grains.
From what? Like some, if like I just told you, yes, the chaff is separated. Now in case some chaff is still left, some lighter part is still left, so with the help, like you can see in the picture, if it is done manually, yes, it is dropped in the direction of the wind. Yes, and what happens, the grain, since they are heavy, they fall down at the same place, while the chaff, it moves away. So in that case, it gets separated. Now this can also be done with the help of the machines. Now in the pictures, children, you can see threshing method which was used previously, that the whole thing is beaten. Yes, and this is how the seeds they get separated. The here winnowing also, the old method, you can see with the person is doing it with the hand. And in the third case, machine is there, which is a combined harvester, which is used nowadays when the crop is grown at a bigger level. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the last part, that is storage. Now comes the storage. Now children, for this you need to understand very well that the grains which are harvested, they are well separated from the chaff, from the husk. Now they do not contain any impurity in such case. They are pure grains. Now what happens? This has to be stored properly. Again I repeat, the thing, you have done a lot of work. I mean the farmers, whoever is growing, has done a lot of work. Now the product that is obtained, whatever grain, whatever product is obtained, that has to be stored properly. It has to be kept at a place where it is safe from all the pests. Now if the pests start feeding on it, then it again becomes a problem. So it has to be well protected, it has to be kept properly. And for that, what has to be done? Grain silos are there. Now please underline this word silos. The first paragraph, second last line, please underline that. Silos are there. They are big containers in which these are stored. Now before storing, what is done? Drying of the seeds or drying of the grains is done. Can anyone tell me why this drying of the grain is done? Anyone who can tell me why the grains are dried before storing? Come on. This is something very simple. Everyone should know the answer.
Ma'am, to prevent the attack of bacteria and fungi.
It's not fungi, first of all. It's fungus or fungi. Okay. Uh, yes. But why bacteria and fungi are going to attack the grains?
Ma'am, because they will contain moisture.
Yes, very good. Because the grains contain moisture and that moisture content has to be removed. And now understand, if the grains which are stored, if they still contain moisture, the grains are automatically going to get, as one of the child said, that it can be attacked because fungus, it can reach anywhere. Same way bacteria, they can reach anywhere. So automatically before keeping into the silos, they are dried properly, and after keeping in the sun, and when they are well dried, when the moisture is gone, then they are taken and they are transferred to the silos, which are big containers. Here why it is done? Because the humidity and temperature can be controlled. There are inbuilt machine, and these machine, they control the humidity and the temperature so that the grains remain unaffected by the bacteria and the fungi. I hope this much is clear to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now we talk about, now see children, this was
और
one
टीवी
part.
मत बोला विमान डाटा की पर बोला
Who is this? Mojit, what happened? Yes. Now this was the first part of the lesson. Like we talked about the agricultural practices. If you remember, we started with the preparation of the soil and we end up with storing of the grains. Okay. Now the second part of the chapter says nitrogen cycle, which is very important part of this chapter. Nitrogen cycle. Can anyone tell me what is nitrogen? Anyone? What is nitrogen?
Yeah.
Yes? HC, I hope my voice is reaching you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Please tell, what is nitrogen? What do you know about nitrogen? Question of class 5 or 6 standard.
Ma'am, a kind of gas
Yes.
which is in the atmosphere.
Okay. And what is so special about? If we talk about the concentration, if we talk about the percentage of this gas, what is special about this?
Ma'am, it is present in most percentage.
Okay, thank you, Joshita. Now, Amna Khan, please tell me what is the percentage of nitrogen in the air? In what percentage nitrogen is present in the air?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am's 78%.
Yes, it is 78%. Now, why did I ask this question? Because now okay, thank you, Amna. You can put your speaker off. Yes, in air, it is present in such a big amount. The most amount of the most percentage of the gas is the nitrogen, but still it cannot be easily taken up by the plant because they do not take it as nitrogen. Yes. So, and why do they need? Now, first, I told you previously, in the previous classes, I told you that the minerals are very important for the growth of the plant. Can anyone tell me the short form that I told you, a combination of the minerals, nutrients that is required by the plant?
NPK.
Yes, three alphabets. I gave you a combination of three alphabets.
Ma'am, NPK.
Yes. So in that, what was N? Just wait. Prince Verma, what was N? What did N indicate, beta?
Nitrogen.
Very good. N indicated nitrogen. Then P?
Ma'am, phosphorus.
Very good. Okay. And now, Shraddha, please tell me what was K? What was K?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Please don't say can I. Always say may I. Who is it? Mehak, you want to tell?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please tell.
Ma'am, potassium.
Yes. So we have NPK as a combination. Now here, nitrogen, N, the first one. Answer given by Prince. Yes, it is very, very important for the growth of the plant. Very, very important. But it cannot be. Please understand it very well, children. Because once you understand the story from here, then only you will end up properly. Otherwise समझ में नहीं आएगा. It's all linked together कि क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं हम ये topic. Fine. Now nitrogen is present in big amount, but still it cannot be taken as it is by the plant because it can only be taken in the form of nitrate and nitrite. It cannot be taken as such. When it gets dissolved, then only it can be taken by in nitrate form or in nitrite form. It cannot be taken as such. Fine. So that is why, since it cannot be taken as such, there are some phenomena, some natural phenomena which we see, which we will be talking about in the nature that happen and that fix the nitrogen so that the plant can easily utilize them. Fine. Otherwise, the oxygen is the nitrogen is available, but it cannot be taken up by the plant. So that is why we are going to study about the nitrogen cycle. First thing, we'll be studying about the cycle. Second thing, we'll be talking about the other methods in which the you can say in nature whatever things are present that can fix the nitrogen for the plant. So we'll be talking about them. Fine. So the first one, children, nitrogen fixation. Now fixation, you understand. Fixation means that the method by which the atmospheric nitrogen is being converted into nitrate and nitrite form, which can be easily taken up by the plant. I hope this much is clear to everyone. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the first.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, just do right now, just listen to what I'm saying. Just forget about this diagram. This diagram we'll be doing. later. Right now, just listen. First understand, then relate it with the diagram. Now see, the first thing is the first method how it can happen. That is atmospheric nitrogen fixing. जो atmosphere में nitrogen है उसको कैसे fix किया जा रहा है for the plant so that they can take it. The first one. What happens? The atmospheric nitrogen, children, it when lightning occurs, then what happens? The nitrogen, it reacts with the oxygen, and when nitrogen reacts with oxygen, what is formed? If N reacts with O, N plus O, क्या बन जाएगा? Simply बताइए.
Nitrogen oxide.
Very good. So you get oxide basically. This was the word that I wanted. ठीक है? Oxide बन जाएगा. You will get nitrogen oxide. Now this gets washed away by the rain since it is coming from the environment. So it gets washed away from the rain, by the rain, and it forms dilute nitric acid. Yes. Now see, this is going to react with water. The rain water it is going to react with. And when it reacts with water, HNO3 is formed. By NO तो अभी पहले ही था. I'm not talking about all the formula. I'm not making you confused. Just understand. Right now, Joshita said, ma'am, NO बन गया. Nitric oxide, supposing. NO2 बन गया. And when it reacts with the water, it forms HNO3. That is nitric acid, dilute nitric acid. Now, this reacts with the alkalis of the soil. When it comes down, it reacts with the alkalis which are present in the soil. Can anyone tell me what is alkali? Anyone can you tell me what is alkali? This was from the syllabus of class 7 chemistry. Come on. Have you ever heard about acids and bases?
Yes, ma'am.
So the bases that are soluble in water, they are called alkali. Okay. So these alkalis, which are present in the soil, and they form nitrate. बन गया ना nitrate? Yes. So you see that nitrate is formed. Yes, children, or not? समझ में आया नहीं आया अभी ये बताइए पहले. Else I'll repeat.
No,
Please
ma'am.
tell me. नहीं आया तो बताइए. All of you, I want the answer from all of you, those who are here in the class right now. Have you understood?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now listen again. See, the atmospheric nitrogen was. The atmospheric nitrogen means the nitrogen which is present in the atmosphere. हमारे atmosphere में nitrogen है. Fine. Now what happens? This nitrogen, it reacts with oxygen and it forms oxides. Oxide बन गया. ठीक है? जिसमें भी O लग जाता है, it becomes oxide. Now this oxide of nitrogen, it is washed away by the rain. जब rain के साथ आएगा नीचे तो किस फॉर्म में आएगा? Acid बन जाएगा. Yes. And this acid, when it comes down to the soil, since in the soil the alkali is present, it reacts with the alkali and it forms the what? Nitric acid that reacts with the base that is present, that soluble base which is called alkali, and it gets converted into nitrate form. So nitrate is formed, and this is what the plant wanted. I told you that they need it in nitrate form or in nitrite form. तो यहाँ पर क्या बन गया? Nitrate बन गया, and it can be now taken easily by the plant. Now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is one method by which the atmospheric nitrogen can be fixed for the plant. Now the second method is the biological method. That is the biological method. Now in this biological method, what happens, children? Have you heard about, do you remember your lesson 1 in your class 7, nutrition in plant?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In that, was it told about nitrogen fixing bacteria, Rhizobium bacterium? Any idea about Rhizobium bacterium?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine, no problem. since the time is up, in the next class, I'll be talking about biological nitrogen fixation. Fine. So by the time, what you will do, you will revise the topics that we have done today, that is protection of crop, harvesting, threshing, winnowing, storage. Okay. And in the next class, we will be talking again as in the form of revision about atmospheric nitrogen fixation, and then quickly we'll be starting with the biological nitrogen fixation. Fine, children? So till we meet again, take care of yourselves. In case you find any problem, please post your problems on the group. Okay, children? Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.